We gonna have to leave that in. I'm not restarting. I'm tired of being loved. You know I give you some. Alright, bam. Back at it again. Alright, we ate, washed our face, took a shower. You know, we're feeling rejuvenated, as you can see. Moisturized the hair a little bit so it's not dry and stiff. So, with my hair, well, I don't think I really care, but with my hair, it looks like freeforms, but it's not. It's just, I have a lot of them. So, originally, I had a 2-string twist hairstyle. So, I kept the sections, and I split the one so-called lock it was into 2, twisted those up, and then they created their own type of style. So I have a uniform sections, but it's covered up with so much hair that it looks like freeforms. So my hair's set up differently than regular locks, I guess. But anyway, back to what we're talking about today. What was it today? Because the other video was what was the other video? The other video was what you don't know how. Twin. They disrespectful. The other video was about you don't know how somebody's day is going, so you want to treat them with the same respect that you know. It's elementary shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. Dang, I lost the concept today. It wasn't individuality. It was dang. It can't be in this video because this video is not. I'm gonna name a video. Oh, not even a statement, but a word that is basically a definition of something being imperfect, but that what makes it unique. You know what I'm saying? It's like feng shui, but different. We're gonna get there. Next video, we're gonna be walking around. Even though I'm not supposed to be walking around, because that individual that, you know, does those type of things that so-called resembles me, so I'm supposed to stay in the area that's close. But we're gonna break the rules. But we're gonna get out the neighborhood so we don't, you know, bump into the person that's looking for that person. So yeah, but we're not gonna be wearing. We're obviously not gonna be wearing this apparel. Let me show you what we're gonna be wearing. A shirt that says a warrior on it. Yeah. You thought it was something fancy? Nope. A shirt and a hat for the next video. But today, something generic. You know, we're gonna do casual videos here and there. You know, something sad, something angry, something happy. You know, we're gonna do. I know you're not taking it. Whatever, dudes. We're gonna do like generic videos, like maybe like I don't know. We're not doing no get readies or 20v1. That's out of my element. No judgment for them, but it's out of my element. Yeah, we're just gonna walk around, yap a little bit, and then maybe do fun fact or something. Until we get financing, bro. As I said, I don't want to grade this channel into commentary, but I don't got nothing. You gotta work with me. Work with me. Oh yeah, we're gonna do maybe some athletic content, you know. Since I so-called wasted my life on doing this instead of going playing football illegally. Yeah, I regret that a little, TT, just a little bit, but hey, at least I'm building something that's different, you know. But they say comparison is a thief of joy, so it gets like that sometimes. And of course, the sun. Dog, I can't. Yeah, we're gonna have to move you because this is gonna be it. Where can I put you? Should I put you in an original spot or a spot that is new? Damn it, Deucey. Come on, bro. I don't got my headphones on, so the audio is gonna be like all nature like. Damn. I'm tired of running around. For those that are new, we do so-called content, but to me, we're building something bigger than just a family and a community. We're building, you know, it's like a cult-like fan base. But I don't want to be delegated as just a YouTuber, so we do multiple things. But then the one thing I would hate to be is a YouTube artist or a YouTube rapper. That, because if you do YouTube and then you do music, only a couple of them making them out that category, but the rest of them would be like, oh, this nigga a YouTube rapper, what the hell? He don't make good music, you know. But then there's some that are like so good to the point where nobody even remember they did YouTube. But with me, since I got so much content on this, I might be delegated to that, and that's hurtful. That it is hurtful. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurts. But I see a lot of creators, once they get like a big fan base, they tend to hit like a plateau of not increasing or decreasing, but it's okay. But with me, I don't want that. I don't want to just stay in that one spot. I would like to keep on pushing to the point where I'm on top of the top, you know, to the point where my name is just brought up in everywhere. Do say, what's up, bro? You know, to the point where I wanna be on a peak, you know, not just like financial wise, but just like, oh, whoa, damn, you do stuff like Solitude. Is that a squirrel? Twin, please don't. Hey, we go. I heard squirrels got like a mean bite for it, so we might move because we might be in his territory. I can't tell. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to hit a plateau to the point where I'm not, you know, increasing in viewership or, you know, people, or in like just in general, just not increasing in any aspect of, I guess, being a human, right? And I'm scared that I might hit that in music instead of like this, you know, once I like start publishing more music. Cause I always thought like it's two ways. It's either you hit adversity and then you fall off, or you just hit a plateau and you just stay there. You stay stagnant. There's nothing wrong with staying stagnant, but with me, I want more than that. You know, I'm a big believer in something that's way more than just being stagnant in whatever you're doing. At the end of the day, we're all human, bro. Don't. That's why I be trying to tell you. You know, we'll tell you. Don't put anybody on a pedestal, no matter who they are. You know, don't. The only person you should be putting on a pedestal is yourself. If you're a conceited fellow, you know. And there's nothing wrong with being a conceited fellow, because it's you. You know, who's gonna be your biggest supporter if it's not you? If it's not you, who else? Maybe your mom, your dad, family member. But at the end of the day, you're your biggest fan. Ain't that right, Deuce? You not ever listening. But oh yeah, so a little yappy yap here and there. The let's get on the self-awareness bias that some individuals think that they're so self-aware that it causes depression. Yes, that is a cause of self-awareness to the point, but then I feel like when self-awareness is, you know, ingrained into movies and stuff, be like, oh, you think I'm gonna fall in love? You like these movies? It tends to be its own cliche when you're using it so much that it becomes its own genre, and that's when it integrates into genres of life. You know, we haven't talked about that in a minute, like genres of life, right? Because you know how there's seasons of, like, you know, snow, fall, sleet, all that type of stuff. But I think there's like, not only nostalgia could be counted as I guess, a genre of life, but I feel like a peak sadness, right? Where everything is not gloomy, but it's calming. That could be a genre of a life, not just a lifestyle, right? Because I don't know, I haven't perfected yet, so I just feel like I'm just babbling about it. But once we're perfected, and then we'll start writing it down, and then we'll show like facts and figures of what this so-called concept is that I think I have made, you know. Won't take full credit because, you know, we don't truly know yet. But I feel like, as I said, nothing's really truly original because it's just in a different way, or a different side of mind, right? Because you'd be like, oh, I created this thing, and the whole time it was created, but it's just named differently and used for a different thing. So with that, you gotta be a little bit not careful, but a little bit, you know, skeptical when it comes to you so-called creating. So when it comes to creation, does it really mean that you're creating something, or you're just taking an imitation or so-called inspo off of something that you like, right? With me, I didn't like anything, you know? I didn't like anything. I wanted to be so-called different. This is why I didn't start my YouTube so early. I wanted to just like, because I always thought, well, not always, I don't want to be like that, but when I was younger, I always thought the world was so-called a poison that couldn't be fixed, right? But now, I don't have that gloomy thought. It's still in the back of my head. Who doesn't? It's still in the back of my head that the world is unfixable, but I still want to try to. That's why I always said I'm gonna fix it one time, and then, Yeah, but who am I to say, oh, you're gonna fix the world? Look, bro, you ain't doing nothing important. You feeding a couple of homeless people here and there and you're making videos. That's what the financial aspect come at. The fine. What are you looking at? Deuce. Right, he got me distracted. That's where the financial aspect comes on it, right? We're not gonna be panhandling or begging for cash. We're gonna be working for it. So that's why we're trying to get multiple jobs and doing YouTube. So, you wanna see my little bumblebee? Look at my little bumblebee right here. This is my little bumblebee. You see him? This is Deuce right here. What Deuce say in Korean? Yes, this is my little bumblebee. He's a biter. Ain't that right? Bite, 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 bite. Oh my god, you looking soft right now. You got a bite. Yeah, he's a biter. Do not pet him. He's a biter. He will bite. He will bite you. He don't play about getting pet. He's your big dog. You know, Instinctually, he's like a German Shepherd. He got the same colors and all, but he didn't hit his growth spurt yet. So it's yeah, just let it wait. Just like me, you gotta let it marinate. Yeah, but with the financial aspect of it is kind of hard. So we gotta, you know, yeah. But I feel like there's some realms of the internet I don't want to touch. Like, I wouldn't say, but you gotta get your audience on. Like maybe like streaming, I don't want to touch that, or like just straightly like entertainment. I don't want to touch that fully because I feel like once you get in that spot, you tend to get hold in there. Like strictly entertainment, right? Or if you're in a complete like a political standpoint of the internet, or like I guess content creation or entertainment, you're stuck there. And then you can integrate yourself into different aspects, but you will be mainly known for that spot. So with me, I don't want to be known for just one thing, you know. Or you could be known for one thing and then you made it multi-diversical. And then what I mean by that is that, say you're an artist, right? But you're so good at you do different genres and you popularize it to the point where you're like the big dog of that genre. Like Michael Jackson, big dog of pop. But then you got James Brown, the Godfather, a so-called, pop, right? The reason they're so known in this, not like a Lagarity or Bravo type of way, but the reason they're so known in those aspects because they have integrated and re-innovated the way to make music, right? They done like with James Brown is like he showed more attention when it came to the instrumental and the beats and made his music extra long. Like his music, like almost each one of his songs are at least 7 to 6 minutes long, unedited, and you could hear the background. It's a more of a natural thing when it came to his type of music. With Michael Jackson, the same thing. I think he also had perfect pitch. Excuse me if I'm wrong. I think he had perfect pitch, and you got to think it's always like a traumatic state. It's either you're gifted with it or you earned it by working hard or just with trauma. So those are the three. Those are the three. So with me, I don't know. I don't got shit. I don't got shit. I wouldn't even say I have trauma or talent. I mean, I had a golden arm. I could throw pretty accurate, I guess, here and there in the mind. But I guess the self-doubt got to me to the point where I was like, I don't know if I could do it to that extent. So it's self-doubt. Self-doubt really gets you. What are you like? What's up with you, man? What you got going on? Like, what you want to do? I'm not chasing you. You hit. I'm not chasing you. He thinks I'm gonna chase him. He's out his rabbit ass mind. Think I'm about to chase him. Love that dog though. What else to get on topic, right? So, it will get to the point where we will have a big enough audience to the point where I could go around, not just where I live at, but around around the country, and then they'll probably know me, or like I watch your videos, or I listen to your music, or I love your art, or I read your books, Yes, I'm making books and stuff like that, but I feel like my books won't really hit until you're gone. I feel like so much art doesn't really hit until the individual that has created that so-called art has passed away. There's some artists that never knew they were great until they passed away. There was a music artist, I forgot his name. I think was it Van Gogh, when he created art, and it was a music artist too. It was two of those. I don't know. You're underappreciated until you're gone. That's what I hate about humans. They don't care until it's gone, or until it's in front of their face. We have a childish aspect when it comes to just living the world in a general concept. That's why, yes, when people say mental health is important, they say that and they just dip out of there. Oh, I got my attention when I said mental health. Let me just skedaddle out of there. Mental health ain't that deep, right? They do that, but they don't show you what they're trying to do when it comes to mental health. but it's okay because we'll figure it out. Anyway, sorry for the little biopsy with everything. But what else? Oh my God! See, this side is so short. I think because I just moisturized and it's short. But yeah, next video we should be somewhere else, not in this background. Don't mean if you disagree with me, you can't still contribute or appreciate what I have to say. Some things you won't agree on, some things you do. You know, you can't just disagree on one thing and be like, oh, he's my alt. I can't mess with him. You know, until it's like blatantly hateful. So if it's blatantly helpful, then I get it. But with me, I don't do anything blatantly hateful anymore. But yeah, I think that's all for this one. I will catch you on the next one, and I should be having a shirt on and a hat. Yeah, I got you.